Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for an episode of Skylanders Imaginators Soul Seekers that I have been dreading since the moment I started this series, because it means that it is now time to tackle the very same elemental realm we just discovered for Magic Realm. This level is the bane of my existence because its puzzles are needlessly complicated, without explanation, poorly designed, and worst of all, they are forgettable. So every single time I visit the level, it's like revisiting it again for the first time, because I completely forget about all of my playthroughs of the level previously, because those said playthroughs were forgettable to begin with. But we're going to try our hardest, see if we can get everything in one fell swoop, because unfortunately the developers thought that this level was good enough to warrant a second playthrough with the speedrun objective. So if we can get all of the collectibles under the time limit, that would be great. But obviously I'm going to prioritise collectibles for the first time around, so if we get all the collectibles and fail the speedrun objective, that is fine. But in the ideal world we'll be able to do both at once and kill two birds with one stone. Yeah, that's great pop fizz. I would really love to skip over this right now, but that's clearly asking for too much. Yeah, that's another awful thing about this level, the abundance of unskippable cutscenes where Pop Fizz has to explain the puzzles, but that doesn't change the fact that the puzzles are poorly designed, after having been very poorly explained. Just everything about this level would be described as poor. That is the perfect summary of this level in its entirety. The word poor is the first one that comes to mind. Apparently I still have this blue thingy-bob somehow. I'm not sure I'm supposed to have it, but now I have 3 of these things. That's pretty cool. But yeah, luckily for us, as you can tell, Mr. Cat can get through this level very, very quickly. Question is whether that is going to be enough. All this speed we're currently going through, that is. Okay, let's take out some folks with my magic elemental buff. Very convenient that, given the current element of the area is magic, and I am playing as one of the magic souls we seeked out. That is very rather convenient indeed. But as you can tell, Mr. Cat right here is quite obliterative. We did obviously acquire a magic Imaginator in the previous episode, that being the magic Imaginator for the swashbuckler class, and unfortunately I can't be playing it right now because to access elemental sensei rounds you need a sensei corresponding to that same element. So we're playing as Mr. Cat instead of the Imaginator. These guys have got to go down, and more importantly, they've got to hit me much less, because if I get hit, then I get defeated in battle, and if I defeat this battle, I can't reuse it again, apart from the end of the series, which would mean that I can't acquire 100% completion I need to beat this series, because I need Mr. Cat to access the shrine in order to get his weaponry from it. I need the Mr. Cat bow, I need the Mr. Cat staff even, in order to 100% this game, acquire all Imaginite parts. So we have to be very careful here, as well as speedy. It's just 2 things that do not go 2 in 2, especially with these frickin' enemies, where their projectiles seem to have a honing in feature, and it is beyond frustrating. So let's create some clones to hopefully deal with said frustrating matters, but as you can tell we are not getting through this quickly whatsoever, and this is one of the better magic senseis mind you, one of the better magic buffed up characters who's going to get buffed up from the element of the area currently being magic. Okay, let's take him out. That's what we're talking about. They're out of here, and there's a taco, a much needed taco. Give me the taco! There you go, there's one taco to boot, as well as an Imaginite chest. Don't mind if we do. Already 4 minutes into the episode we are. So that speedrun objective is looking a little less comfortable at this point in time. But let's pop back here without further ado, get that into place. And I believe we also need to not do that. That's not what we need to do, actually, whatsoever. Let's just continue over this bridge, because I know that's what we've got to do to regularly complete the level, and then pop the bridge right in there alongside it. But what we need to do for the 100% objectives, I am very, very unsure about, because I've completely forgotten how to achieve said accomplishments, given how forgettable this level is, mind you. So let's pop this fella into place right there, bingo. Then run back here where Mr. Cat's going to say some stuff I'm ignoring because I'm too busy trying to remember how to 100% this level. I did watch a guide just before recording this, and I forgot instantly what it was the guide did, because even the guide was confused halfway through the level as to what the correct thing was to do. So the guide was all over the place, and there was edits stringing the level together, and it was all very choppy. So actually remembering what it was the guy did is a task easier said than done for me, apparently. But you guys really have got to go. This is very uncool. Okay, one of them is dead. Great. Can that one level me up? Yes, it can! Oh, that is convenient. Ask and you shall receive. Thank you, video game. Okay, let's get him. Get him some more. Get him! There you go. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, tight quarters combat and honing in projectiles seems fair to me. You can barely even see what you're doing, let alone dodge projectiles that seem to want to always hone in on you. Luckily, this is what I have turning in invisible attacks for. And turning invisible sure is convenient at a time like this. So I can come and surprise these folks back here. And everybody loves a surprise party, at least that is when enemies are being attacked by said surprise party. Those are my favourite ones. We really need to take this guy out because he keeps firing off projectiles off camera and it is very dangerous and scary. I'm very much in danger and scared about it too. There you go, he's dead at long last. It's about damn time if you were to ask me. Why are there so many of these fellas? Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Oh, sweet. Ask once again and I shall receive. Okay, sweet. They're all dead. And now I need to acquire what's inside this here Imaginator chest. Pretty sweet indeed. We've got some shoulder guards for seashell shoulders. Try and say that 5 times faster. Anyway, it would appear to have done something wrong because normally there's a blue bridge there and I'm having a feeling I know exactly what it is I did wrong. So let's grab that. Then we're going to come all the way back here and take you out of a pedestal because then that's likely going to spawn a bridge back where we were already. So we can head over to the side for all areas found. Place the purple one back in there. Continue speeding through with the might of our tertiary ability. I'm so glad that this tertiary ability speeds us up. Yes, here is a selfie spot as well as something required for all areas found. So let's take our glorious selfie. That's it. That's our glorious purpose right there. And then we're going to continue to get out of here with the might of our dash ability once more. Oh, I love this dash. I love it so much. Anyway, let's take you out of the pedestal. Pop you back into the pedestal. There you go, like that. Now we're going to have the bridge when we need it. Then we pop you back into the pedestal again, because we haven't done enough of that already. Okay, now we can travel back through here. We can take the green one back out again, or do we leave it in again? No, we need to leave it in, that's my bad. You constantly forgetting everything here. So we got to, I believe, take that one out? No, we don't. That is wrong. We need a purple one, and where do I get a purple one from is the question. Well, that's currently locked up, so that's useless, isn't it? We need a green one for that one, and then we need a purple one for the top one. This is all just rather confusing to me. Let's take the green one out. Let's take the purple one out. Oh, wait, we can't take the purple one out. Yeah, I don't think we can. So, let's pop back over here. Well, we can't because that purple's in the way. You can see now how this puzzle is stupid and confusing, because now I've stupidly confused myself. Okay, so pop that in there. Oh, what we've got to do is we actually got to pop around here because we have the bridge sorted for us. Then we can pop back up here. Obviously, that's sealed off for us, so we can't do anything with that either. But what we are about to acquire is a purple gem, and boy, do I need this purple gem right now. Because then we can hold this way through here, level up from all the experience that's been left behind. That's convenient. So now that purple is in there, we can pop all the way back here, I believe. Take this one out. But then we're still missing a green one. Oh, and we have more enemies. Let's kill them first, get them out of the way. Die, fellas, die! Every last one of you must die! Thank you! This is convenient right now. They bring in more death indeed, that's what we're talking about. And now let's grab that. We're going to be mashing to get this chest open as fast as possible because like everything else in this level, I want to be done with it as fast as possible so I don't need to deal with this suffering any longer. Okay, so do I pop this out so that then I can gain access to the treasure chest over there? Yes I do. My lord, I suppose I am actually doing something somewhat right, so let's grab this treasure chest all unlocked. To be fair, I am wasting very little time with this, so if this still doesn't result in the speedrun objective having been acquired, then I will be not even mildly frustrated, I would be extremely frustrated, and that's putting it mildly. Oh dear, how am I supposed to do that then with that purple stuff everywhere? Do I need to take it back out again? Does this remove the purple stuff from that area over there? Okay, here we go again with more of this dashing back and forth. That's another thing that makes this level so slow paced, the fact that it's constantly dashing back and forth because you don't even realise what has been changed because you don't have any camera angle changes to show you what you're changing every single time you place it into a pedestal. Puzzle games with actually good level design will show you what it is you're changing whenever you manipulate something, so that then you know which part of the puzzle has been changed and you can adjust it accordingly. In other words, I'm baking against this level because of the bias I have against this level because of how much I hate this level. But it's with good reason. I don't just hate this level for the sake of hating this level, though it would be fun to just hate this level for the sake of hating this level. Now, as human beings, inherently, we love to hate things. You know, we love to put other things down as a form of making our own criticisms of ourselves feel a little bit better. And boom, let's shake the room. That's some power right there, and that's what we needed. I needed to be playing with some power. Like for SNES, now that's playing with power. To quote Nintendo, even though I'm not even playing on a Nintendo system right now, so I can't play us into the portal, turbocharge Donkey Kong and have a slam Bowser. It's actually rather tragic because those characters are legendary. But anyway, we finally got this puzzle to where it is we want it to be. Not that, you know, camera angle helped with much, because where we changed stuff, we had no idea what we were changing due to the lack of camera angle changes. The camera being consistent is actually what hurt us, it would seem. But now we made it to the end, that's what matters. And what will matter even more than that is if we are successful on the speedrun objective or not. So how about we defeat these guys and do it quickly. Well, knocking those guys off the edge all at once certainly is what I would call some good speed right there. What's not so speedy, on the other hand, is constantly falling off these platforms. Okay, there we go. We want to pop in here because this is where we get to acquire a brand new soul. So as tyrannous as this level has been, at least there is a new soul to have seeked out. That belonging to Buckshot himself, a magic bowslinger character who we're now about to preview. Get a small taste of what's to come with this character we see before us, who would have actually made for an awesome legendary version, but instead the developers said no. They gave us a Valentine's version, which was never released in the end because it looked a little too demonic. It's a rather interesting history of Heartbreak Buckshot, but we're not going to get into that because instead we're going to finish this level already. I want to get this out of here so I never have to worry about it ever again. Unless we fail the speedrun objective, then I'll just cry. Boom, let's take them out. I'm sure we're close enough to the enemy goals where we don't need to worry about those last two enemies that we bypassed. At the moment, we just need to worry about defeating this here bottle beast. And if we get through this level, having completed the speedrun objective, but failing for enemy goal, that would make me even more upset than missing the speedrun objective. And that's really saying a lot, because missing the speedrun objective is already going to make me pretty upset in and of itself. So upset, in fact, that I can't even bring myself to say the words. Apparently Mr. Cat is fine saying words though, because, you know, they're going to say their puns regardless of how I'm feeling right now. Game doesn't care about how I'm feeling. How ridiculous, what an absurd concept. The game actually care about what I have to think and say and do and all that yada la-di-da-da type stuff. Can't believe I just went there with my commentary, la-di-da-da type stuff. This is when you can tell I'm running out of things to say. So let's enter into here, because this is the last of the all areas found, as well as the last collectible along the way. So that's a glorious treasure chest indeed. It's a glorious level up. In fact, everything about this right now is glorious, because it means that the level is finally coming to an end. Feels like it's taken incredibly long. We are very quickly going to check for level goals to ensure that we have definitely defeated enough enemies. That is fantastic. But as for our speedrun, we aren't remotely close. I thought the speedrun was more generous than 7 minutes, but apparently I thought wrong. So we are going to have to revisit this level no matter what. And we're going to have to be much quicker than this. Because it's not even the fact that we went out of the way to get collectibles in this level. We just weren't fast enough, period. And that's what happens when you get confused by the puzzles halfway through. Okay, here we go. We are certainly getting there with a grind challenge. If we're successful in this, then it's going to go a long way towards the appropriate objectives. The objectives that demand for us to complete grind challenges. I almost called them grained challenges there, and I'm not exactly sure what a grained rail is. But it's not what we're doing right now. We're doing a grind challenge, not a grained challenge. So, boom! Time for the level to end absolutely absurdly. Like that. That is what I meant when it ends absurdly. So we did get the 2 utmost important stars. In fact, the only thing that's missing here is the speed objective. But we're going to worry about that at a future date because, frankly, playing through the magic round once in one episode is torture enough as it is. I'd rather move on with my losses. The losses being that precious time that I can never get back. Those 16 minutes I can never get back. Thank you for nothing, you useless video game. That's 16 minutes of my life just gone down the toilet. What's going to be much cooler than the magic round is opening Imaginator chest for 5 minutes straight. There are many things I'd rather do over playing the magic round. One of them is watching paint drying. But enough of slandering for magic level. Let's continue to open up these chests as we certainly have earned them this episode. That's putting it mildly. And we're we're very close to completing the electric set. We have completed the electric set and acquired ourselves a battery pack. That would really do well to power our Imaginators up. If only it was ultimate gear, then it would have been that much more glorious for the sake of the buffs our Imaginators can acquire from said ultimate gear. So now we have a new Knight weapon, Ambusher Sword, which obviously we acquired from completing the Knight Shrine as Ambush. Then we have some Archean Fist, a gift from Tri-Tip for placing him on the portal for the first time. There's going to be a 4-head fossil, a very cool looking piece of headgear that. Anyway, here comes the magic set from placing on the portal for the very first time. Our Magic Creation Crystal, which is now already containing a Swashbuckler Imaginator at level 9. Getting it to level 9 already is something that I am rather quite pleased of, I must admit. But here we are with a bowslinger weapon, the Backcry Bow. That is freaking epic, and we got it from Wolfgang, completing the Bowslinger Shrine. Now we have a Retro Robot head for the Retro Robot set. That's easier to say 5 times faster than the She-Shell Shoulders, which is something that I have already stuttered in having said, and I've not even said it 5 times faster yet. So here we are with some epic gear. Okay, now those look pretty sick, but they're also, you know, peasant gear. Epic is below ultimate gear on every conceivable level, so I wouldn't dare stoop down to that level. I wouldn't even think of putting that gear on my Imaginators because that would be a downgrade. I wouldn't do that to them. They deserve better. So here we are with a burpee sound effect. Yet again, another piece of gear that I would never even think about bestowing my Imaginators with. But completing the Jester shirt, that's pretty cool. I love the fact that it looks like Punk Shot with the head that they've used. So it looks like Punk Shot, but in green and blue, not even green and blue, green and red. Green and red Punk Shot dressed as a Jester is what that Jester set promotional Imaginator looked like. Here we have a gift from Mr. Cat, a King's Tail. That's a rather underwhelming gift to come from Mr. Cat. Anyway, there's something from the Troll Radio, a literal troll from the Troll Radio. And then we have some arms for the robot arms, and once again from the Retro Robot set. We'll have acquired every piece of that set before we even know it. And here comes some ultimate gear, the Centaurian leg armor. That looks pretty neat, but here's as a level star objective, a common piece with the Swashbuckler Tasset, a Princess Tasset. Now, we're not going to enter the store, especially since that's been shut down in recent years. Rather tragic, actually.
Convenient, huh?
But yes, that is convenient, Jetpack. What's also convenient is that we're going to gain access after this to the Air and Dark Sensei round. So both of those we're going to play through in the near future of the series. The only reason why we haven't played through the Fire round yet, despite having access to Ember, who's a Fire Sensei, is because we're waiting to seek out the soul of Flarewolf, and Flarewolf will go through the Fire Sensei round, because Flarewolf is quick enough to get all of the objectives for the Fire round all at once. We can get the speed run and the collectibles all in one run. That is, should I be quick enough? And with Flarewolf, that is something that can be easily done because Flarewolf is particularly quick with the utilization of his dash ability.
Just hold real still here, buddy, while I
Alright, Mags, sounds like a plan. Mags is for woman with a plan. Not for man with a plan, a woman with a plan. The woe before the man is very important because Mags, her inventions are whoa. What I just said right there was cringe, but we're gonna deal with the fact that I have just said it all the same. I can't. What do you expect me to do? Just unsay it? Not quite how sayings work, my friend. Which probably is a saying in and of itself, hilariously enough. But still, my favourite saying, my favourite quote of all time is "Do not quote me on that." Which is what you should do right now. All that cringe I just conducted on the screen right now through my commentary, do not quote me on any of that. So that being said, let's switch out for a tech character because the tech element has popped up. So let's switch out for Dr. Crankcase, the sensei we seeked out the soul for, who is corresponding with that current element of the area. We do also have the tech Imaginator, the tech sorcerer specifically. But why would I switch out for them when instead we can put Dr. Crankcase onto the portal and raise up the maximum level of our Imaginators, as well as give our quick shot Imaginator a secret technique when we finally gain access to them by seeking out their soul in the abandoned amusement park level. Boom, let's take them out. There you go, that's what we're talking about, baby. So let's get some fellas summoned right here. They're going to be some useful fellas, they are. They're going to do some pass for us, and it's going to be very, very useful indeed, and that's putting it mildly. Seems as though everything we've been saying this episode has been mild. That might even be the name of the episode yet, we'll have to wait and see, but this is turned out to be the mild episode all the same, regardless of whether that becomes the title of the episode or not. And boom, we blew it up. That's glory incarnate right there. You look up the dictionary definition of glory, this here screenshot of the game is what you'll see. Or this whole clip, I should say. Take my hats to the face, more importantly my powered up hats, thanks to my Duke guns. As well as my soul gem. After all, we did acquire this ability by seeking out the soul of Dr. Crankcase in the first place, so might as well take advantage of it, especially when it's an absolutely incredibly busted ability, mind you. Yeah, let's continue to take them out, just like that. That's what we're talking about. No, I'd rather not be over there. I'd rather instead focus on Dr. Crankcase himself. Take a selfie.
Watch your step here, Skylander.
I mean, if there was anyone who could ever platform well, it would be Dr. Crankcase, because at the end of the day, he has 6 legs. So he should be quite an impressive platformer indeed. That being said, Earth is stronger here, so we're going to switch out to Tri-Tip because for the moment Tri-Tip is done with his combat section. He can access his Smasher Shrine. So can Chopscotch, so we will have both of those Smashers having completed prospective Smasher Shrine. The only Smasher we're waiting on is Pinata because we're yet to have seeked out his soul. Unfortunately, his soul could not be seeked out in the Magic Realm, so instead we had to deal with seeking out the soul of Bookshot. A huge downgrade, I know, but something we're just going to have to, in the words of the mighty Tough Whoop, deal with. Ha! Quite literally too, because he's charging ahead. Tri-Tip is in fact in charge. Okay, so now that they've all been defeated, let's complete this Smasher Shrine without further ado, see what Tri-Tip has to offer. It is rather tragic that when we access this shrine as legendary Tri-Tip, the cutscene is with his regular version. But what you gonna do about it, right? Still a cool, very cool cutscene all the same, but now it is Chopscotch's turn, so let's get her sorted out. And then that will mean that everything that needs to be done with Chopscotch will have been done, so if she gets defeated in battle, yes, it would be tragic that she can't be used ever again, but at least we won't be locked out of our 100% objectives. In order to obviously complete the series successfully, we need every single piece of Imaginite gear. Alright then, Chopscotch. Okay, I love the fact that her cutscene is so character driven. It's very much an expression of her personality and her design because she has an axe which is bigger than the rest of her entire being. So let's, I was about to say acquire that treasure chest, we've acquired that already, and the shrine has just gone missing. That's a rather peculiar glitch, but we are going to continue, not worrying about switching back to the earth element. Because the element of the area is going to change soon enough anyway. Boom! Let's smash that up because it had it coming to look at me funny. And that element of which is going to switch out for is the fire element. So we're going to switch back to the sensei corresponding with that element.
See? There it is. It's
That being Ember. Ember is a fire, so they correspond with a current element of the area, which means we have to switch out for her, no questions asked. That is how the rules of the series go, after all, so let's be jumping into this little hatch right here, where the Dark Element is going to pop up, but we don't even have any Dark Souls that have been seeked out yet to switch out for when it comes to the element of the area being dark right here. There are no corresponding characters to switch out for, so we shall remain as Ember that little bit longer. Anyway, we need to continue pushing that, but we can only do that once we get to the left hand side over there. Here I am forgetting how the puzzle works. Yeah, let's get that pushed into place. Fantastic. And we can do the same with these first right here, get them all pushed into place, and then all of these lasers that are blocking our path, they will be blocked in of themselves, they can no longer be blocking us. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, there is no way of creating a shortcut here, because the barriers those lasers create also create an invisible wall ahead of them. You can't just jump over the laser, unlike you can in the Kaos boss fight in Swap Force, which is one of the cooler elements of that game, to be honest, with that final boss. I don't like that final boss very much, but it is at least cool that you can jump over his laser. What's not so cool is me failing at the simple platforming stuff right here, like for example jumping up to acquire that treasure chest. So let's activate the Wrecking Ball by giving it power. Ultimate power.
Come and use it to start wrecking.
Yes, that's great and all jetpack, but what I'd rather be doing right now is actually acquiring or seeking out the soul of the Knight Imaginator class. So let's preview them and see what Knight Imaginators have to offer us.
Knight Imaginators are brave warriors, highly trained in the noble art of swordplay.
Okay, now that we've bear witnessed to the introduction to Knight Imaginators, it's time for us to place onto the portal an Undead Creation Crystal, because Undead is the element that's going to be representing the Knight Imaginator battle class, and obviously that was chosen at random, but it was chosen at random for the second time, because when I originally recorded this series, Undead was chosen for Knight back then during the original recording as well as this recording, so I suppose Undead and Knights are destined for one another. They were meant to be. And here it is, the Undead Knight.
To create a knight, choosing a battle class is a final decision.
Yeah, whatever you have to say, Eon. Let's create this knight already and give it an absolutely random look. See what kind of hilarious stuff the game can come up with at random.
Bring your imagination to life.
And our randomized look is going to result in the ugliest Imaginator I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot, because we have seen a lot of ugly Imaginators in this series, but this one takes ugliness to a whole new level. Never did I ever think I would see this level of ugliness. Like, my eyes are actually bleeding right now due to the monstrosity I see on screen. I feel sorry for my eyes, given that they have now bled. I also feel somewhat sorry for the Imaginator for being judged so heavily on its looks. But you know what? If it didn't want to be called ugly, then it shouldn't have been given an ugly random look, now should it? If you don't want to be called ugly, folks, then just don't be ugly. Simple as that, really. Okay, here we go. That little snuffle at the end of my joke right there was to emphasise the fact that that was a joke. Okay, we're all beautiful in our own way, let's just say that much. And now, let's kill some things. Never mind, I'll take it back. We're not all beautiful or handsome in our own way. That is completely wrong, because these vultures here are certainly ugly. And if that hurts their feelings, I don't much care, because they are vultures and I hate them. So they deserve to be called ugly by me. They had this come in for being so ugly and hitting me like that as well. That's also why they had it come in. Okay, watch out for that fella. Let's try to take less damage. That's a good plan. I like that plan. The plan where I take less damage. Okay, let's have this guy come in and save our skin. Okay, watch out for that fella right there. And we finished them off slowly but surely. We got there in the end. And now what we get to do is instead head into this hatch where the element of the area is going to be air. So it's time to switch out to a sensei crossbow into that element of the area. And the only soul we seeked out in that case is Airstrike. So here we are with Airstrike in this secret hangar where we're going to complete the snail challenge as well as the troll radio and the egg rescue, and then that game of creation clash. We're going to be saving that for the next episode because we're already approaching that 30-minute mark. This has been, I would say, a fast-paced episode. But then I remembered that I did just play for Magic Round, which makes it the complete opposite of that. Funny how I literally only played for Magic Round like 5 minutes ago, and already I have forgotten about having played for Magic Round. That's how bad and forgettable of a level it truly is. You can't stoop much lower than the Magic Realm. When it comes to level design, if you ever want to design good levels in video games, just do what the Magic Realm does, but do the opposite of that. Because the Magic Realm is the perfect thing to look at as an example of raw awfulness in games, of a level that takes away from game's overall quality rather than adding to it. This game is a worse game just because of the existence of the Magic Realm. Simply existing makes the game much, much worse. But that being said, I'll see you in the next episode where we'll be tackling that Creation Clash game. But until that moment arises, let's be rolling out that outro without further ado. I cannot, in good conscience, end off this video without first thanking all of my incredible channel members whose continued support help make these videos possible. Without them, these videos would be near impossible to make, so from the bottom of my heart, I truly appreciate every last one of them. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more, there are plenty of options on screen now to explore, and please consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. On that note, this video is coming to an end, so thank you so much as always for watching. Until the next video arises, peace!